It's 6:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. SES crews have been kept busy across the Hunter last night following the massive storm which rolled in yesterday afternoon. At one stage, golf ball-sized hail was reported at Cessnock, while wind gusts reached 76 kilometres per hour at Nobbies. Trains are back to normal on the Newcastle line this morning after services were cancelled between Fassifern and Broadmeadow late yesterday after lightning strikes affected signals at Cardiff. Ausgrid has also been kept busy restoring power to 2,400 homes at Wallsend, Elmore Vale, Fern Bay, Fullerton Cove and Stockton. Mandy Haig from the Hunter Region SES says they've wrapped up after an eventful night.
We dealt with about 26 jobs last night and we're all finished by midnight. Now those jobs involved broken branches and leaking roofs. The crews sort of worked through the night to get them all cleaned away this morning so that everyone starts afresh again today.
Fire has destroyed a house at Elibana overnight. Newcastle Fire Command received several 000 calls to the Weatherboard and Iron Home in Croft Road just after midnight. Crews from Cardiff, Belmont and Charlestown took more than 3 hours to douse the flames, but were called back to a reignition at 4:30 this morning. One resident escaped unharmed. However, one firefighter was treated for dehydration and 8 others were decontaminated after coming into contact with friable asbestos. Police have released a description of a man wanted over an alleged act of indecency at East Maitland. A 17-year-old girl was walking along Burt Street at about 6 last Sunday night when she saw a man committing a lewd act in the street. Sonia Roberts from Police Headquarters says the man spoke to the girl and she returned home and told her parents.
Police from the Central Hunter Local Area Command are investigating. They've released a computer-generated likeness of someone who might be able to help with their inquiries. He's described as being aged between 30 and 40, with fair complexion and short, dark, balding hair. He was further described as wearing a white T-shirt and tan cargo pants on the day.
Newcastle Court is getting bogged down with cases and is now amongst the worst-performing courts in the state. Just 35% of defendants had their cases dealt with within 6 months last year, down from 55% in 2012. Some people are now being given trial dates as far off as August next year. As the Newcastle Lord Mayoral election draws near, independent candidate Aaron Buman is proposing the removal of street signs on poles in favour of signboards on walls. Signs mounted on walls are said to provide a cheaper option while removing unnecessary clutter from the city's streets. Aaron Buman says the move has been successful for Auckland City Council and could help improve the look of Newcastle.
I visit Auckland quite regularly. So what they did is started a process of putting signs on building walls and just reducing signage to an international standard, and it just transformed Auckland CBD and it just looked fantastic.
And the Nurses Union is bringing its campaign for a so-called Robin Hood tax to Newcastle today. The union is calling for a small levy to be introduced on the trading of things like stocks and bonds to help pay for better health services. Now with sport, Madeline Seville.
The Newcastle Jets have granted midfielder Johnny Steele indefinite leave for personal reasons. Jets coach Phil Stubbins says after speaking with the player and considering the club's duty of care, they have decided it's a warranted request. Meanwhile, it's believed returfing work on Hunter Stadium will not affect the pitch for Saturday's game against Melbourne Victory. Jets skipper Hugh Julian says he has no concerns about the state of the pitch and is keen to see how it looks. And Toronto cricketers Logan Johnson, Griffin Lee, Andrew Somerville and Peter McCready have helped to break Newcastle from their New South Wales Country Championship drought. The Toronto Workers Grade players have now been selected to play City in the Under-17 State Challenge this weekend. If successful, they may earn places in the first ACT New South Wales country side. That's sport. I'm Madeline Seville.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 7.